On this episode of Hey Hey Linda Purrs, Linda interviews singer-songwriter Scotty Combs. Enjoy.
Well, welcome to Hey Hey Linda Purrs. And I get excited about doing these interviews, and today's no exception. I have met a most delightful person here in Nashville, Scotty Combs, and we're going to learn about his songwriting and how he got here to Nashville, which is always a story. And I hope you'll end up liking him as much as I do. So today we got Scotty Combs, who's originally from Alabama.
I am. And thank you for having me.
Yes, you're welcome. So, people, I find in Nashville, because so many people come from different places,
They do.
and we're all accepting of that.
Oh,
Now,
yeah.
I don't know about the locals; maybe they don't like it, but but it's a lot more welcoming. Like I want to say, like out on the West Coast, like I lived in Oregon.
Uh-huh.
You didn't dare say you were from California.
Oh,
They hated them. Everybody, it was like every state up there hates the neighboring state or
uh-huh.
something.
It's not like that here.
No,
I think everybody's very welcoming
I
here.
know, and
Yeah.
that's what I think so unique
Yeah.
because I mean, even when I lived in New Hampshire for 8 years, they hated the people from Massachusetts. I mean, they
Uh-huh.
called them foreigners.
Oh, goodness.
I wish these foreigners wouldn't come up here. But it's not like that here
No.
because everybody's from somewhere. And what part of Alabama are you from?
Originally from Mount Olive, Alabama. It's just a little north of Birmingham.
That's where Hank Williams was born.
Was it?
Yes, I went
See, I should
there.
have known that.
I think you should.
I should have known that.
I went there, and I actually have a pine cone from on his property where he's born,
Really?
right here.
There you go. Small world.
Mount Olive, yes.
Mount Olive, Alabama.
Uh-huh.
It's just a little bitty place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. Mount Olive Baptist Church is right there.
Yep. That was right at the end of the.
That's where Hank Williams' mom played the organ, and he
Oh.
was up to 6 years old. He lived there,
Uh-huh.
and he would sit on the little organ bench with his mom.
I do remember stories now about.
Yeah,
That's kind of cool.
I know. Well, especially because I'm such, Hank Williams is my songwriter inspiration, and just in case you didn't know that. And so that really excited me. So
Well,
you
cool.
started there, and then where did you end up?
Well, I started there, then ended up here. I mean, that was from there to here.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's what Hank Williams did.
yeah. So during school and things, I was always in like the band and the choir, and so I originally moved up here years ago to go to Belmont because I wanted to be a band director.
Okay.
And then again, life happens; you have to pay bills. So then I started my painting business,
Oh,
and then
okay.
so just recently, I've just now started the songwriter thing again.
Okay, so painting, is that inside, outside, any
I
side?
used to do all painting, outside, inside, but now I only do inside.
It gets hot out here.
It gets hot, so um, the
Well,
older I get, the more inside I
okay.
go.
What's the name of your painting company?
It used to be Textures by Scotty because I did a lot of faux finishes,
Uh-huh.
but there's no name. It's just Scotty.
People just know you're a painter and
Yeah, I don't advertise.
Oh,
It's all word of mouth, and
okay. Here, I thought we were going to give you a plug, but you just have it
no,
going on.
I just
Okay.
have it going on. So, and I've had my own painting business for 30 years.
That's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
That is fantastic.
Well, thank you.
And then you've lived here a while then,
Mm-hmm.
and but now you're a bona fide songwriter. You have some good stuff coming out,
I appreciate
but
it.
you actually had a mentor in your songwriting when you were starting out.
I did.
How
And
did that all come about?
the funny thing about it, it happened through painting. So Jan Buckingham, she called me. I don't know how she got my number, but she called me up and, of course, wanted me to do the outside.
Okay.
I told her, I said, I don't do outside anymore. And she's like, please. So she taught me into doing the outside.
Okay.
And while I was there painting, I noticed every day she would have people come to her house and they would write. And so I would hear music inside going on while I was painting the outside.
Uh-huh.
And I was telling her, I said, you got the coolest job. And she told me, she said, well, you need to come write a song with me. Well, several years later, I decided,
Take her up
I'm
on
going to
it?
take her up on it. And then I went to go see her play one night, and And she had known that I had written several songs and things. And she said, "There's somebody here tonight that I want to bring up." And I was looking around to see who it was. And then she said, "Scotty, get up here." And I was like, "No." She said, "Get up here." And that was at 12 Keys down in Hermitage. And that was the first time I played out. I was so nervous. I had to start again, got through it. But after that, I was hooked.
Wow. So she
So
helped draw it out of
yes,
you.
so she saw something in me that I did not see and still didn't
Uh-huh.
see for a while.
Uh-huh.
And so I wrote with her. We've written many songs together
Wonderful.
and have played out together at different places around town. And
What an exciting
but yeah,
story.
if it was not for Jan Buckingham, I wouldn't be doing any of this.
And she just saw it, and you know, I've heard you play before, and I've listened to your songs, and I see it too.
Well,
I
thank
just
you.
I get I don't want to say mesmerized. Yeah, I mean, I just, because some of your songs were new to me,
Hmm.
so I'd be sitting there going, "Oh, that was great. I wonder what his next one's going to
Well,
be,"
that's
and that was great too. And
well, that's cool. That makes me feel good.
I know, and well, your songs make me feel good,
Well,
and
good.
I don't get that feeling with everybody that I listen to.
Well,
You know.
I mean, a song should make you feel
Yeah.
good, and
Yeah.
so that makes me happy that you say that. So thank you.
Yeah. So that is a nice start to your songwriting career
It
and
is.
everything. And so what kind of do you have any goals that you're doing, or
You
you're
know,
setting your music information up, or
start with it was learning the guitar.
uh-huh.
I knew a few chords. Had to take guitar lessons from my buddy Chris Delisle, which is an amazing guitar teacher. Um, and then I don't know. The more I learned on the guitar, the more the songs came because the more music I
Oh,
got under my fingers,
uh-huh.
the more words came.
Wow.
So I think a goal of mine also is to have Hallmark, like a song in Hallmark. So I do a lot
Oh.
of Christmas songs too. I
Oh.
don't do
Well,
just
that's the
country.
place. Yeah.
So I write a lot of Christmas songs, and I have a lot of co-writers that I write with too. JD Marie, PJ Stillman, and I have a guy that comes from Kentucky, Travis Miles. So I write with a lot of people.
Wow, you
Hmm.
just got your own co-write circle
Yeah.
going on.
Hmm.
That's really blossomed.
And I think the co-writing thing to start with, I was very leery about the
Mhm.
co-writing. Because when you're starting out, you think you're not good enough. You think, who's going to want to listen to this? And so when you get in a room with someone, you're always like, should I say this or not? You know, and then, but you find your little group and then you get comfortable and then you just say whatever,
Uh-huh.
and then you may say something stupid as a joke and they were like, hey, that's a good line
Oh,
and put it in somewhere.
yeah.
So I think co-writing is great.
Yeah. Yeah, the perspective of we're when you're doing it by yourself, it's very linear. And I'm very linear. I do it myself.
Uh huh.
One time I had one song produced by Carol Miller, who does classic rock and has been in music. His dad played steel guitar on Hee Haw.
Mm-hmm.
He's been involved with music forever. But on this one little song I was doing, he's going, your song is too short. You need to add something.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, even if you add just a little la la la.
Yeah.
And so I went home and added a whole verse of la 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 la,
Yep.
and everybody sing.
Yep.
And then I went back and go, okay, now we need to redo the song. He goes, oh, but we're all done. I go, no, we're not.
Yep.
but but that little comment added a whole fun thing to my song,
Yeah.
and I didn't think of that,
Uh-huh.
just to have somebody, oh, once you add there, yeah, I don't have the privilege of, really having a co-write. I went to my first co-write experience just in March this year.
Mm-hmm.
Ended up making a music video out of it,
Yeah.
and I'm going to be debuting that song September 18th with
Cool.
the co-write persons coming.
Very cool.
And so co-writing is a thing.
It is. And it's also like shopping a little bit
Uh-huh.
because you may not click with this person, but you may really hit it off with this person.
Uh-huh.
So but the thing is you don't know unless you try.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I like co-writing.
Well, that's exciting. Yeah, I
Hmm
was really nervous about it, and
And I learned so much stuff too because of co-writing. I always thought you had to have a bridge. You always have to have a bridge in a song. And then somebody told me, "Is there anything else that you want to say? If you can't say everything in your verses in your chorus, and if there's something else that's missing, then you add a bridge. If there's nothing else to say, don't do a bridge.
oh yeah,
You know?
giving you the freedom that
Yeah,
that freed me up to have a whole different style of song
yeah,
instead of da da bridge chorus verse.
yeah.
Have it a little shake it up
So
a little
it's
bit.
just a bunch of little things. But the thing is, um, every time I co-write with somebody else, I'm always learning, and that's the
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
is always learning.
hmm
Because when you're by yourself, you have a one
Yeah, like
track
I said, it's
mind
a
thing.
very linear, and I
Yes.
know that, and I know I would really benefit if I had some collaboration
Hmm
on my songs. Just like, well, how about a little something here, or a
Yeah,
little,
because there's different ideas bouncing around
yeah,
everywhere.
I know. I have to. Maybe I co-write with you.
There we go. We'll write a song. We can write a Christmas song and
Yeah.
send it to Hallmark.
So you do kind of these laid back country songs because I've heard
Hmm
a bunch of them and fun ones, and Christmas songs. Is there any other avenue you gravitate
I
towards?
like a little bit of bluesy.
Oh,
A little
good.
bit of bluesy.
Yeah.
So, but again, I'm still learning on the guitar. So
Uh
when
huh.
I get the things,
Get it going.
that will
Yeah.
happen.
Can't go wrong with some blues.
No.
Yeah, that's really good. Well, I'm glad you're going all these directions, and you're actually, from what I hear and understand, you're living the songwriter's life in Nashville. You're you're doing the thing. You're learning, you're producing,
I
you're
dove right in head first.
yeah, and a goal. And so do you I hear these things. I'm not really familiar, like sync or something that's you help to get you to into the movies like Hallmark and
Hmm
stuff. Do you pitch your songs to
Yeah,
them?
you would have to pitch, but I'm not there yet. I
Okay,
do
but that's
have
your goal.
Yes, I do have several Christmas songs that I've written that I want to get recorded near the end of the year and maybe pitch them next year.
Yeah. Well, that's an exciting life you got going on
It's
for
kind of
for
fun.
Nashville, and then just hanging around Nashville, you just can't go wrong. It's just
Hmm And then take a painting job every now and then just to mix things up.
yeah, yeah.
So,
You never know who you're going to meet on a
well, I,
painting
I
job.
met Jan
I know that's
Buckingham
what
through
I
a painting
mean.
job. That is the one thing about Nashville. You don't know who you're going to meet. You
Right.
don't know
Yeah.
who's in the room, whose hand you're shaking.
Yeah. You just
And
go, hey, this.
the way I look at it, and I think too, people skills are very important. I used to be kind of shy and things. You cannot be shy in this.
No,
You
you have
have
to
to go
put
up.
yourself
You
out
have to
there.
put yourself out there, go meet people, shake their hands, because really every person that you meet is a potential opportunity,
Hmm.
and vice versa. I mean, I might have somebody come to me that's just now starting out and
Right.
wanting
Some advice.
some advice, or maybe I can lead them in a different direction, just like Jan led me.
Right. Right.
So it all works both ways.
Yeah.
Hmm
Now, where can people find information about you?
Well, they
If
can
they want to get
go
in touch.
to my Facebook, Scotty Combs Music, or they can go to Instagram, Scotty Combs Music, and hopefully
Okay.
YouTube will be coming soon.
Okay. Well, that's wonderful, and we're gonna have you play a couple songs.
Okay, and I
Um,
and I do want to mention I am having my very first single come out
yes. Yes.
on the 19th this month, called "Gonna Have a Good Time."
So this is your very first single?
Very first single.
Really?
Mhm.
Okay, I didn't realize that. I thought it was just
Mhm.
a release. Your first
My,
one.
my my very first one on
And
my
did you
own.
say the name of it?
Gonna have a good
Gonna have a
time.
good time. Now, doesn't that sound like fun? Gonna have a good time. And also, some of you might be wondering, this isn't my dog. My guitar player's gone for the week, and we're watching him, and he just wanted to be part of the action here. This is Igor. And I didn't realize it's your very first release. So we're gonna have a pre-release,
Well, let's have a
and
little
yeah, let's
pre-release.
have
I'll
a
do a little
party.
acoustic version,
Yeah.
and then the actual album is full band version.
Okay. Yeah.
Hmm
But yeah, there's something sweet about the little acoustic
Yeah.
one. Yeah, that'll be nice. Well, I want to thank you for stopping
Well,
by,
thank
and
you
this
for
is great
having me, and
meeting
thank
you.
you, Igor.
Yeah, Igor's been a good dog, so this has been great.
Thank you. Hey, this first song's called "Gonna Have a Good Time." Hope y'all enjoy. touched it again. What's that? A fishing pole in his hand. Gonna have a good time, yeah, that's right. Tailgate fishing and drinking all night. Plenty of beer, so pass 'em around. Bed a hook, throw it on out. Have a fish fry in the moonlight. Grab a plate, pile it up high. Blanket of stars are out tonight. Take a seat down by the fire and soak it all in. You'll never get this night again. Gonna have a good time. Gonna have a good, good time. Gonna have a good time, yeah, that's right. Tailgate fishing and drinking all night. Plenty of beer, so pass 'em around. Bait a hook, throw it on out. Have a fish fry in the moonlight. Grab a plate, pile it up high. Blanket of stars are out tonight. Take a seat down by the fire. Soak it all in. You'll never get this night again. Gonna have a good time. Gonna have a good, good time. Good time. Gonna have a good time. Good time. All right, so this next song, I wrote this with my buddy Travis Miles from Kentucky. Let me get my finger picking going. So this one's called These Old Boots. I found an old letter today, going through Grandpa's things. Tucked way down in his boot, he said, "Son, I'm passing them down to you. They've been awfully good to me. The places they've been, you wouldn't believe. Leather is tough, and so are you. Can't wait to see where you'll go in these boots. These old boots don't look like much. There's holes in the soles, the leather is scuffed. They retell every word, every story that I heard growing up. Yeah, I know I finally found my roots when I put on these old boots. I remember summers on the farm, tilling up earth and planting corn. Grandpa wore them every step, from farm to church to his last breath. These old boots don't look like much. There's holes in the soles, the leather is scuffed. They retell every word, every story that I heard growing up. Yeah, I know I finally found my roots when I put on these old boots. These old boots. These old boots don't look like much. There's holes in the soles, the leather is scuffed. They retell every word, every story that I heard growing up. Yeah, I know I finally found my roots when I put on these old boots. These old boots, I found my roots when I put on these old boots.
This episode of Hey Hey Linda Purrs is sponsored by. Come on down to Grandpa's Music at 1033 Park Street in Westmoreland. Live bluegrass, country, and gospel music every Saturday night. Shows start at 6 p.m. and admission is $8. First Fridays, we feature karaoke and Grandpa's Music Jam Session 10 to 2 p.m. on the second and fourth Tuesday. New and seasoned musicians are always welcome for music lessons, so bring the whole family. Grandpa's Music at 1033 Park Street in Westmoreland.